What's going on, traders? It's your boy Mr. Campbell, and we are back for another weekly movers overview. It feels just so good to be back, because previous week was just another great week to be a trader. It's always great to be a trader. This is the greatest skill on earth. I'm just privileged, very privileged, and we're just gonna kick it off with that. So like I said, it's your boy Mr. Campbell, also known as Capital L. We getting a little bit more serious around here. Some real serious things is going on. So we're gonna get to Mr. Campbell. We're gonna move forward with Mr. Campbell from now on. With that being said, that's that. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. United Traders Research Group. It's just it's a privilege to be here. I'm just very blessed, man. So let's get it going. Looking at next week. Next week, some of the stronger pairs moving into next week is the dollar and the pound. In my opinion, this is what I'm looking at. Once again, I just got to put this disclaimer out there that these are not trading signals. These are simply a recommendation of the best pairs that I feel that I'm going to use moving into next week, and hopefully it can benefit you. You can work your strategy in these directions on these pairs, and hopefully push your equity curve to higher gains, exponential growth. That's really our goal, our motto here at United Traders Research Group. And so far, it's been nothing but that. So let's keep it on moving. So like I said, moving into next week, the strongest pair still is the dollar, pound right behind it, with technically, and the weakest, the Australian dollar, Swiss, and yen. For me personally, I just want to focus on the top two, pairing them up. And if you don't know, if you're new to the videos, welcome. But the way I like to focus on it is pairing the strongest pairs technically to the weakest pairs technically. And when I say technically, I mean that's through technical analysis. I'm looking at longer term trends on the weekly, daily charts. And I'm just combining all that data and just filtering out the best pairs, top performers right now. So if we trade in the direction of the top performers, such as the dollar, and we pair that up with a weak performer, theoretically, we should get bigger moves on these pairs. So we could get some good sentiment or a good strong news report, some good signals for a strong dollar sentiment, and we can see it go short on the euro dollar, on the Australian dollar, and the pound dollar. But if you know that the pound is strong like it is now, and the Australian dollar is weak, in my opinion, based on our indicators, which one you think is going to move further? You may be able to get 30, 40 more pips off the Australian dollar short than you would a pound dollar short in that example. So this is how we like to trade. So each week I bring you the best pairs in regards to that analysis, and this is what we're looking at this week. So some pairs to go long on would be the dollar Swiss or the pound Swiss, also the pound Australian dollar. The A1 pair right here, which I would continue to look at, is the Australian dollar, which has been pretty good to us this past couple weeks. Got some good, about three good short trades. Actually, me personally, I took 4 shorts these past couple weeks on the Australian dollar. One for a 3-to-1, another one for a 2-to-1, and I believe another one for I gotta look at it, but it was definitely more than 1-to-1, but I also lost one. So still up on the Australian dollar, which is great. And that's really the whole basis behind this. We looking to push probabilities in our favor and we just want to focus on strongest pairs, But at the same time, no strategy is perfect. So, you may have incurred some losses on your strategy as well. That's just part of trading. That's really just part of trading. It's nothing to even frown about or feel away about. I just want to just share a trick with you guys that really pushed me forward. Don't change your system until you get 14 losses in a row from that system. If you get 14 losses in a row, then change your system. If you change before that, that's on you. Ride out with your system until you get 14 losses. And just continue to jot down your results. And if you need help getting your results, statistics, and all that together, shoot us an email, United Traders Research Group at UnitedTradersRG@gmail.com. You can check some of the other videos if it's not in this one. But right now I'm just talking with you, just sharing some knowledge, some things that push me forward, for all the new traders out there. So getting back into analysis, I don't want to get too off key here, but getting back into analysis, now we got our weekly news that's coming out on Forex Factory for the week ahead. And in my opinion, based on the pairs that I'm focused on, I normally filter it out to just these pairs pretty much, and just check out the big reports. And as you can see, it's an interesting week for the dollar. We got some news coming out on the dollar later in the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But the thing about it is it's negative sentiment. See, if you can see the forecasted in the previous is negatively forecasted, and that's not a surprise. I'm gonna bring you into the sentiment a little bit later, so we can get some more background around this. But actually, I'm not even sure if it's all related to this, but I could tell you why this is not a surprise, at least to me. So that's how I'm gonna put that. But yeah, so it's negative. It's negative. You can see 0.3, but it's forecasted lower, forecasted lower, forecasted lower. Which, in my opinion, says that we may get a pullback on the dollar this week, or at least some ranging. I'm not really expecting too many breakout or strong trending moves to the downside, unless we get some surprising news later in the week, which wouldn't really be too much of a surprise if we get some positive numbers, but because it's still fundamentally strong. So overall, you can have negative sentiment in strong fundamental trends. So it's still strong fundamentally. So it wouldn't be a surprise if we got some better numbers than was forecast. But as right now, just kind of just getting to overlook everything, it's really looking like we may see some ranging or a pullback. On our Australian dollar pair, for instance, if we're looking for a short, we may see a pullback or some choppy range action. And that's really the big thing about from this week. Moving on to the pound pairs, if you're looking to go long on a pound Swiss, pound chef, how you want to say it, and a pound Australian dollar. On Wednesday, we got some news coming out that's positively forecasted, which could push this, pound trades to some good profit. And as you know, we also was long pound Australian dollar last week, and maybe we can look and see what actually happened from that. But earlier in the week, we got pound, some negative forecasting news on the pound. So we may see a little bit of pullback, maybe Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday we just continue to see a thrust up, hopefully, of the price, and we can collect some of those pips. So that's really our overview on moving forward. You just want to keep an eye on the pound Swiss pair. Swiss is very weak in my opinion right now, technically, based on the technical indicators as well. So we could see some long movement, which is what we're forecasting, but the news that's forecasted to come out on the dollar may just hinder that. So it could be slow. So just watch it, just just watch it. Could be some stop hunting. So just be cautious this week. And, if you really want to wait, I think waiting until possibly Wednesday to see, with how the pound pairs move, could really set your system up for success. But let's get back into the dollar and why this is not a surprise. If we look at our Bloomberg site here, this is news actually. This is what we're looking at right now. Top 4 reports. Checking out the Fed's officially ready to slow tightening if world growth disappoints. Check out that article. Reading through this article, you can see right in the beginning, which is why I love these, delay in interest rate increase. Bang. That's all you need. That's all you need. You can really tell it from the title that, is kind of negative. You can see the word disappoints. But delay in interest rate increase. That's negative on the dollar. That's negative sentiment. So moving in the next week, the thoughts is just negatively, with negative sentiment. And later in the article, you continue to read, they see things like Fed's worried about growth, basically because of all the issues going on overseas. That could dampen growth because they're not buying our goods. We can't really export like that. So and other reasons as well. But that's kind of like the gist of it. We need other people to be doing good for us to continue to do good and to push forward. So that was really what their thoughts was. And because the recession in Europe and different things, they're just kind of taken back by that. So that's going to kind of take back the prices, and we're going to see that moving into next week, most likely. And that's why it's really not a surprise to me to see these negatively forecasted numbers and to see a possible pullback on pricing. Now, if you take it to the price chart now, you can actually see some of the things I'm doing here. Actually, once again, this is not trading signals, but I just like to share my stuff with you so you could just see my, go through my thinking. These are just some support and resistance levels that I'm looking at. I actually switched up my candles this week to just see if I could get some high probability signals using hacking ashy candles. I'm sure you're pretty familiar with that, and if you're not, go out and Google it. If you like, if you really like, I could talk about it in a video. Just put it in the comments below or shoot us an email or what have you. No problem explaining things to you guys. But yeah, this is the Australian dollar. We was looking at it last week. The system gave me a signal, but it was kind of late. This is actually the area where I was looking for it to reverse. And as I mentioned, it was a good week. We had a winning trade there. I actually got in early last week and took a loss. That's what I was saying. One loss, and then caught a pretty much nice trade here, which I'm still in, and I'm about to actually get out now that I see the sentiment really, because this is my zone right here where I was really looking for it. Stops to break even, so I'm really not too worried. But I'm really not looking to stay into this with the outlook that we're seeing. It's possible for this pair to just range, or I'm really not expecting a huge break unless we get some surprising news. Moving on to the pound Australian dollar. As you know from last week, we also had this in our, and on our radar. And as you can see, took a long last week, and then I hit my target, so I just got out. This is actually less than 1 to 1, but it's because I got a late signal. So there's some of the things you got to deal with right now. Just continue to follow the system. That's really the whole thing about it. Euro dollar still on my radar because the euro is still weak and the dollar strong. Had a signal there, but it was kind of late. We're not gonna get into this pair. Dollar Swiss. This is actually what we're checking out. And here on the daily chart, I drew a fib from September. Actually, that's May low of 0.8706 to our October 5th high of 96.80. I'm looking for a pullback, still a continued pullback to at least the 23%. And if I get some signals down here on the 4-hour chart around that same zone, just broke it down to the 4-hour chart. If I get some signals around this zone, I'm definitely gonna look to take that back to the upside. Pound Swiss. I'm actually getting a signal now. I like it. This was from yesterday. I mean, not yesterday. Last week. Excuse me. This is from last week, and I'm looking to take it up here to this 1.27. It's actually Fibonacci stuff. Hopefully some more advanced traders are pretty familiar with that. I'm actually just taking fibs from the bigger swings. This is actually a fib to the downside, so that's how we got that 127 right there. And took another fib to the upside to look for a possible area for it to bounce. And I like it right now, so at the 38. Bouncing off the 38 pretty much. I like it right now. It's an alright level. I just want to extend my stops because I think with that negative news that we were looking at on which day is that? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. With that negative sentiment, we could get a pullback. So on this pound Swiss pair, we could get a pullback and take these stops before we continue to move to the upside, which is likely. So I want to extend my stop a little bit more and just watch this. Hopefully it just continues up to the upside, but it's highly likely they would like to take some stops, and so they could get some momentum to the upside. So we'll see. Just gotta sit tight and see. But I'm actually getting a signal right now, so I'm just gonna get into this trade. It's my profit right here. I actually had my thing set up already. I was just waiting. Wanted to see how price moved from the open. I still can't get a pullback, but I got a signal from my system, so just 1.701, which is good. I gotta extend this stop. We're just gonna sit tight and see what happens. Not trade recommendations, folks. Not trade recommendations. It's just my system right here. The last pair I'm looking at is the euro pound. Like I mentioned, still got a weak sentiment on the euro. Still got a weak sentiment on the euro, and the pound is increasing. I'm actually thinking this pair may be one of the better pairs, you know, because it's not dollar correlated. So, and the weak sentiment on the dollar coming out this week, this pair may move. So, I'm actually in on a short. Got a signal from my system. This is a support area I was actually, or resistance level, I was looking at already. Got a signal from my system. It broke a low to give me some extra confirmation. I'm definitely looking forward to continued action to the downside. So for 38.2 Fibonacci level. If you want to zoom out, just check it out. So I like it. So let's see what happens with that one. But getting back to our outlook. That's our outlook. And that's pretty much how it works. You know, looking to trade the best pairs, the strongest pairs, pairing those up with the weakest pairs. Hopefully we can get a lot more movement out of those, a lot more pips, a lot more probability for success for us. You know, and in addition, we're doing research at the same time. So I'm gonna be looking forward to dropping more research videos. I actually came up with a topic idea right before doing this, which is actually jumping the trade. Because I noticed how on that Australian dollar trade, I jumped the trade. I didn't want to miss the trend to the downside. It's the #1 pair, A1 pair, and I thought we was gonna get some strong movement coming out of some news reports early in the week. But I got the head fake and took a loss. So jumping the trade, is something I want to talk about because it's not the first time that I did it. I realized that entering probably later in the week, if I didn't even trade on Monday, that may actually improve my statistics because, I noticed that early in the week we typically get some pullbacks, and then later in the week we get the continued trend and move. But I haven't done all my research on that yet. It's just really a theory, but I definitely understand, know that there's room for improvement in there. And I'm gonna be dropping something on jumping the trade. If you're looking forward to that, just drop that in the comments. And any other topics, any other things you'd like to do research on, I'm definitely open to it, and get some statistics behind it. With that being said, if you found this video helpful, if you're looking forward to more content, I really need to know. And the way you can show me is by hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, so you can get a lot more of these. And then we can continue to just share the value. Each one teach one. And this is how we're gonna grow. So from my heart to yours, I'm wishing you a great, happy trading week. Sending blessings out to your families. Wishing them a successful week. Hopefully we all can make wise decisions and wise choices moving forward. So till next time, it's your boy Mr. Campbell. Happy trading.